Well, I'm a big believer in the fact that when you least expect it and you're not trying so hard, good things happen. That's what happened to me today. We're going to review Wild Turkey 101, 8 years old. So today I did my usual Saturday routine, did a few errands outside, and there's a liquor store very near to my house that I stop by, usually every Saturday. Ironically, and I always say this when I walk in there, they tend to have a rather stagnant selection. I just don't see, a lot of times where I go from one week to another and I kind of see the same things on the shelf. But every now and then they surprise me and they do get something new. And sometimes it's something that I haven't seen anywhere else. That was the case today. I'm looking around. I'm saying, oh, wow, it's the same thing as last time. Getting ready to leave. And I totally forgot the one bottle I really have been looking for. I happened to look down to the bottom shelf, literally the bottom shelf, and there was just a few of these right down there. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's great. And I wasn't even trying. I wasn't even thinking about it. As every other time, I'm in every store, I'm specifically looking for this. And this time I totally forgot about it, happened to glance down, and here it is. So, been looking for this. Now, in this same store, about a week ago, I bought this bottle. Now, you can see this is a little taller, the 1 liter. Obviously, this is the 750 milliliter. I happened to buy this because of the fact that I thought that I wanted this for when this showed up. And also, I wasn't sure that once this shows up, how often we're going to be seeing this anymore. I kind of compare this to a situation like the Jim Beam Black being replaced by the Jim Beam 7. I see both, but I'm seeing more and more 7 and less Black. I'm not sure if these two are going to coexist next to each other or this is going to replace this. Time will tell on that one. But anyway, I have this bottle, very excited. Here's the deal. This bottle in this store was $39 plus tax. The regular, I can't go away. This is a 1 liter. This cost me $34. This is a 1 liter. So I would say that the regular Wild Turkey 101, give or take, is in the high 20s. Let's call it, $28, $29. So let's basically say on roughly that this bottle, the 8-year age statement, is $10 or so more than the regular 101. As a matter of fact, I looked up in Breaking Bourbon. They said the MSRP was $45. So could this be under? I don't know, because this liquor store is generally not the cheapest. In any event, for comparison, we'll bring in this guy. This is the second backup bottle. This is the backup bottle. I have not opened it. Really don't even want it. I might want to save this. The Wild Turkey 70th anniversary Jimmy Russell 8-year age statement. This was about $45. So that's how the prices go. In any event, so basically, what makes this different than this? We're going to do this in 2 parts. We're going to review this today, and then we're going to do a blind against the regular 101. That was what I really wanted to do. So, deal is this: 101 proof, 8-year age statement, which means obviously that the minimum age statement of the barrels has to be 8 years. I think they're pretty close to that. I think that Jimmy Russell's 8-year age statement, that one actually had some blends of 8 and 9-year-olds. From all I know, this is fairly close to 8. It's got the usual standard mash bill: 75% corn, 13% rye, 12% malted barley. Then basically, I think the deal is this isn't new. It's now going to be a permanent offering in the United States. Previously, up to this point, I think since like 1992 or so, this was in the export markets overseas, I think specifically in Asia. So this definitely existed, just not here. Basically, from what I understand, this is compared to the regular 101, they use a smaller number of barrels in the batches, and they pay very particular attention to the bottles actually that they're using. So we're going to review this today. What I expect in terms of order of things, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing a blind with this one. I kind of wanted to save it, but we'll see how it goes. What I expect, probably most likely, is I had loved this bottle. I thought it was significantly better than the regular 101. I don't expect this 101 8-year to be exactly this, but I do expect it to be noticeably better than this. So that's a special release, maybe a one-time deal. I do expect this to be better than this. On average, the age is going to be, this was 6 to 8 years old. This is 8 years old. That's the real difference. And I think it's going to be the age and also the quality of barrels. Let's really focus on this one, and then the next one we'll do a blind. Let's crack this open and see what we got. First off, before we crack it, you'll notice that the bottle shape, a lot of the design, very similar. They've just changed a few things with the 8-year age statement. If you want to pause to read the back of the bottle. Okay, so that was a nice cork pop. We have this poured up. Nice color. I don't expect to see any difference as far as the color in that. I don't think the 70th anniversary had much either. I think what I expect before I go into the nose and the palate, kind of an enhanced version of the regular 101. That's kind of what I found at the 70th anniversary. Not sure if I'll find it to that extent. That's what we're going to also pick up in the blind. I want to see just how different they are. But right now, let's focus on this one. Well, I'm getting a very familiar 101 smell, but kind of I've had it enough times to kind of remember this may be a little bit more of that. Kind of a rich aroma. Usual kind of caramel, toffee type smell. Sweetness. Let's give this a taste. Cheers. Very familiar 101 taste. Feels like whatever that 101 is, just in my head, feels a little bit more enhanced. I'm trying to also think about the 70th anniversary where there was definitely a difference to me. I would say that this is and this is why the blind is going to be very important to do. If I just had this quickly, I'd say, yeah, it's 101. And I think that's where the going it next to each other is. But just focusing on this, I do feel that everything that's in that 101, I feel I'm getting a little bit more out of this 101. I'm feeling the flavor is just a little, I don't want to use the word smooth, but a little smoother. Maybe a drop more well-developed. A little bolder. Not bold, that's not the right word. It's the same boldness. A little richer flavor. That's a better word. It's the same boldness. Same proof, but a little bit more well-rounded, a little bit more intense flavor. That would be a good one. A little bit more of a crisper taste. So that's me saying it this way. I think to remove any biases, I think that we're going to put these two in a blind and see how they compare. That'll be my next video, and that will really take some attention. I have a feeling that when I did the 70th anniversary, the 70th anniversary was noticeably better. I don't know how much better this is going to be. I do feel just on its own that this is going to be a little bit better. I'm not sure if it's going to blow the other one away. And then, as usual, there'll be that. Now that it's these prices in New Jersey, that 20. I know for a fact that the regular wild turkey 101, which may be 28, 29. I know for a fact that many of you can get that for cheaper by you. I don't know if this one is going to be the same price by you. Also, this was 39 here, which may be on the low side because the MSRP supposedly is 45. But I do know that Wild Turkey regular 101 is definitely in a lot of places, not everywhere, but there are people who can get that for less than $28 for sure, maybe even the lower 20s. So I would say right now, this is good. What I want to see in the next video is it $10 better? Is it worth the extra money? Not that there may not be a choice, because I'm not sure, again, if they're going to remove this in place of this or these two are going to coexist. But I would say right now, let's finish this up. This does taste to me like a slightly better version of the 101, maybe reflective of the, 1 to 2 years more of age, because this is regular 101 6 to 8 years, this is 8 years, and also the better selection of barrels. It's those two things. Well, maybe, better positions in the warehouse, all of that. More age, better barrels. So that's what I say. This is definitely a good one. We'll see in the next one just how much different it is than the regular 101. Cheers.